Hi, I'm CK Sample III with bloggingsundance.com and cinematical.com. I'm here with Goran Dukic and Shannyn Sossamon, and they are with Wriscutters, a love story. Goran, you were the director of the movie, and you put this together as part of the Sundance workshop. So tell us a little bit about that, about the process. I understand it came from a short story that you developed into the script. How did that process work?
Well, once I wrote the first draft, I submitted it to Sundance lab, and they accepted it to their. It was like 2 years ago in January, right? Actually, 2 years ago, to their lab where we workshopped it, and it was like really priceless experience because they connected me with all these established writers whose work I appreciated, and who had a lot to say about the script. So basically, it's a week-long lab. You don't really write; you just take notes and you talk to people mostly. So after that, you're a little bit confused because there's a lot of notes, but then that you use them during writing of your second draft, and then they also kept following the script all the way up until right now.
So how did you first get involved, Shannon?
I was sent the script maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks before shooting, and I just fell in love with it, and I just absolutely had to do it.
What drew you into it?
A bunch of things, the humor, the unique setting in which two people are capable of falling in love, the characters. I loved all the characters, that helps, all of them.
So it's an interesting story because it's all about a love story in the afterlife, and among suicide, not victims, I guess that is the term, suicide victims. And I understand the film's been getting a little bit of criticism for that it may be encouraging suicide. What's your general response to that sort of criticism?
I mean, I don't know. I guess people can get wrong opinion about the movie, but I think it's pretty clear, that at the beginning Zia kills himself and wakes up in a world. In the world, this afterworld, and he has all the same problems. Didn't solve anything, and he's in that horrible point that before he committed suicide, which probably was not very nice, state of being. So why would anybody? And then he basically when he figures out that there is no any point, there is no easy exit out, that he has to work on his problems, he sets on this road trip to find what he needs to find to be able to live. So basically, the message, if someone sees any simple message, is don't kill yourself, but work on your problems and you're going to solve them. There is no easy way out, because wherever you go, you're going to take all the problems with you, and you're going to have to work on it, again.
So speaking of all these problems, I noticed that in a lot of the literature that this is associated with the film here at Sundance, it talks about the utopian view that it puts forth. But I'm wondering, it seems like he's leaving the world suicidally in a very dystopian view, and then he enters into this new world in a dystopian view and kind of chases after.
I'm sorry, what does dystopian mean?
Dystopian is the opposite of utopia. So
what does utopia mean?
Utopia is like paradise.
Oh, okay.
So moving away from a paradise setting, I mean, a lot of the literature mentions it as a utopian vision, and I think it seems like it's more of a journey to a utopia of the love story, and away from the dystopia of the moment of slitting his wrists.
Yeah.
What's your take on utopia, dystopian?
You go ahead on that one. I just
it's definitely. How we show that world. It's definitely the opposite of utopia, because before the shoot, when I was talking to all the members of the production designer, for example, he wanted every little prop and object to be the one that nobody would like to have. Like they drive Toyota, Celica, that nobody really wants to have, and we could have considered some much cooler car, but I didn't want to make the cool afterward in every single thing. That's why when they have a love affair at the beach, suddenly there are all these condoms and syringes. Every apartment, nobody would love to. every little prop, the watch, everything is pretty kind of falling apart and pretty ugly, and you wouldn't like to have that. So I don't know how attractive that is for people, to go there. I mean, Zia didn't like it.
So what's the response been like so far here at Sundance? How have you felt about the audience's response to the movie?
People seem to really be laughing and getting the subtlety of the humor, and I think people. I only saw one. I saw the screening. Like, he's seen more.
I've seen it all 4 times. We have one more screening in Eklas tomorrow. But like, what's interesting, like, first screening was received really great, but then every other screening was received much better. Yesterday it was like I couldn't even believe. People were like,
There's been a little bit of buzz, I think, about the.
Yeah, word of mouth goes out. So I'm really surprised, pleasantly surprised how greatly actually audience reacts to the movie, and I'm so happy about it. Yeah.
Well, so how do you guys like Sundance as a whole? How do you like the experience of Sundance? I mean,
I like how casual it is. I like so far. I've just been here a couple of days. How casual it is, and I can just sit here, and it's not. And people can be milling around, and you're doing this interview, and I mean, he's sleeping, and she's sleeping over there. It's like great.
Yeah, I love it. It's really great, and being here with the movie.
Yeah,
it's great.
So, well, thank you very much for your time, sitting down with us and talking about your movie Wriscutters, A Love Story.